Hi guys, welcome to the Conscious Competence Ladder webinar. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gareth and I'm one of the co-founders of BLAM. I'm really excited to do this webinar, and today we're going to be talking about the different stages of the Conscious Competence Ladder. It's going to last for around 20 minutes. So this is an incredible tool to help you understand the different emotions that you're likely to experience and for you to understand what stage you're currently at as well. Now, when I first started my business, I went through some good times, some difficult times, and I can honestly say that by understanding this model, it really helped me work towards my goals and objectives. Okay, so let's get started. Some people refer to this as the sales ladder of success, and others the conscious competence ladder. But the conscious competence theory explains the process and stages of learning a new skill, behavior, ability, or technique. This theory helps understand the emotions that you're likely to experience at each stage of the learning process. And there are 4 levels of progression, and it's not possible to jump stages. Now, you may hear people say, I can sell to anybody, I can gain clients with ease, but I think that's a myth. It comes with a lot of hard work, and everybody must go through these 4 stages to be successful, and everybody will progress at their own pace. So there's 4 different levels, as we said. Level 1, unconscious incompetence. Level 2, conscious incompetence. We will go through each level in a bit more depth shortly. Level 3, conscious competence, and level 4, unconscious competence. So if we start with level 1, unconscious incompetence, you don't know that you don't know. So at this stage, you're going to react eagerly and enthusiastic to this new business challenge. Now, when somebody starts their business, and in the case of a BLAM partner, we just want to get started as soon as possible because we're so excited by this new business challenge. We just want to get out there and get as many clients as possible. So that's what we do. No business plan, just simply enthusiasm. We've all felt like this, and some of you are probably feeling this right now. But I'll give you a stat: 99% of us that start a business don't ever put a business plan in place. Incredible. So we're just going out there. We just want to get started, gain clients because we're so enthusiastic. You're going to be blissfully ignorant at this stage. You have a complete lack of knowledge and skills in the specific area, and you're completely unaware of it. Now, most of us believe that when we start a business, that the product is so good that they'll sell themselves. So practicing a pitch isn't necessarily that important, so we believe. So it's incredible that we are ignorant at this stage. We do think that we've got the best product in the world. So sometimes taking a step back is really important at this stage. Your confidence, therefore, far exceeds your abilities. Now, it's a great stage to be at because you are completely confident, and you're going to get sales, you're going to gain new clients because of your enthusiasm. I'll give you my experience when I first started my business. I approached friends and family because I was really enthusiastic, and I was probably gaining new clients through them because of my enthusiasm. But unfortunately, this doesn't last forever. So if you're at this stage at the moment, what you need to do is basically you need to be aware of how much you really need to learn. All right, you need to set out goals. You need to create a business plan. I strongly recommend getting a business mentor, somebody that you're going to be accountable to, and just simply read, become an expert in that designated area. If you're a BLAM partner, and you're targeting a specific area or a specific industry that you want to sell web products and app products to, get knowledgeable in that industry, understand the market, and get as much knowledge as possible. So that brings us on to level 2, conscious incompetence. You know that you don't know. So you start to discover that you need to learn new skills. You realize that others are much more competent than you, and then they can easily do things that you're struggling with. Now, this is probably the worst stage to be at. Some of you are probably feeling the pain at this stage at the moment. And as a bland partner, you may feel that you're trying to close, you're not closing as many sales as possible, and you may find that some of your potential clients are asking you questions that you just simply don't know the answer to, and it feels like you're hitting a brick wall every single time. You're going to feel nervous at this stage. You're going to feel annoyed, frustrated, and lots of people are going to continue to say no because they can see that you're not very confident at this stage as well. So, this level can be demoralizing, causing you to lose a lot of confidence. It's really important at this stage to stay positive as possible. Making mistakes can be integral to the learning process at this stage. I always say that, making mistakes is fine. I always stick by the phrase, you're either winning or you're learning. Take yourself out of the comfort zone, get out there and just give it a go. Because, the worst they're going to say is no. At this stage, you'll make a decision to learn and practice the new area and to move to the conscious competence stage, or you're going to quit. Now, I'll give you some stats. Can be completely honest. Over 50% of businesses fail during their first year, and over 70% fail by year 2. So I believe by learning this model, it can help you be part of that 30% that actually do become successful. It is scary to know these stats, but by understanding this model, it can really help you understand where you are and what you need to work on. So lots of people say to me, well, how to overcome this stage? How do I get past the stage and get to the conscious competence level? I always say, once you're going through this difficult stage, relate back to this model as much as possible. Look at the areas of the business that you need improving and you're struggling with. Revise your business plan. Maybe educate yourself on the product by just keeping on learning and getting more knowledgeable in the designated area. Practice your pitch. Practice, and ensure that you work on maintaining a positive mindset. Use tools like treasure maps, vision boards. If we start with treasure mapping, a treasure map allows you to visualize your goals by closing your eyes and making a visual picture of your success and achievement. Sounds a little bit stupid, but if practiced often, it can really help with motivation and help build self-confidence. I personally use a vision board, and a vision board is a one-page document that sets out your targets for as far as 5 or 10 years even. On your one-page document, you'd have things like your next car, your next home, the next holiday that you're going on, your potential earnings for the rest of the year, the potential earnings in 2 years' time, in 5 years' time. A vision board sets out your goals and objectives. Have your vision board visible all the time. Have it on your computer. Have it printed off on your office. Even as I do, have it on your phone as a screensaver. So by having it in your face constantly can really help with self-motivation and, remind you why you're doing this. You're trying to work towards something that you believe that you can be successful in. So that brings us on to level 3, which is a great place to be. Conscious competence. You know that you know. So at this stage, you know that you've acquired the skills and knowledge that you need. You put your learning into practice regular, and you gain even more confidence as you use your new skills. You still need to concentrate when you perform these activities, but as you get more practice and experience, these activities become increasingly automatic. So at this stage, you start to feel much more confident because you've gained enough knowledge from practicing. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger always said that every time he was going to do a big pitch, to all the people in California, he would practice his pitch 50 times until he perfects it. And I always go by that. So I think by practicing something on a regular basis, that's what's going to gain you confidence and being more knowledgeable. You may find yourself in a meeting with a potential new customer, feeling much more confident and being able to answer questions with ease. You still may not be able to answer all the questions, but this doesn't phase you. The no's don't bother you, and the yeses start to come. It's really important, though, at this stage to keep practicing your pitch as often as possible. You'll find that I always say at this stage that do as much as possible to keep practicing your pitch by uh, attending networking meetings where you have that opportunity to present in front of a group of people. There's more opportunity to get more customers, and just keep focus on learning, refining your pitch until you think it is perfect. And finally, that brings us on to level 4, and this is the best place to be, and this is where most people don't ever achieve, and it is an incredible place to be at. Unconscious competence. You don't know that you know. It just seems easy. It's like doing it in your sleep. To use your new skills effortlessly and you perform tasks without conscious effort, you're completely confident of success. There's not one question you cannot answer. You react without thinking. You're confident to teach these new skills to others in your business. And at this stage, it's a fantastic place to be. This is where you've got a team around you. You've been so successful with you've got a model that works. Your lead generation's working. Everything in your business works, seamlessly well, and you've got a team behind you that is doing exactly what you're doing, mirroring exactly what you're doing, and they're A players working for you, and the sales are just coming in, flooding in, and it's a very successful business. So that is the conscious competence ladder. I must say as well, at level 4, you are able to slip back to level 3 if you don't maintain learning, being knowledgeable, reading, and just educating yourself as much as possible. So it's just a case of having a habit of, when you've refined everything so much, you've got the experience, just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I hope that's been informative, guys. I've really enjoyed doing this, even though it's a really short webinar. And like I said, I hope that helps you on your business journey. And I look forward to speaking to some of you very, very soon. Thanks, guys.